So it's a piecewise function. You can think of this as saying like y equals x to the third, y equals -2, y equals square root of x as three separate functions. But what happens is the piecewise part is when we cut off the function at a certain place on the x-axis, right? So the function says that, hey, we're behaving like x to the third up until we get to x equals -1, and then all of a sudden we stop and we switch to this function. From -1 on the x-axis to 4 on the x-axis, so from here to here, we're doing a straight line. We should be y equals -2. So that's why this one looks more promising, because we should be making a straight line all the way across. This one from x equals -1 to 4, that's not happening. It's not a straight line. It's part curvy line for some of those places. So we can actually just rule this one out right now, because it's supposed to be x cubed when x is less than or equal to -1. It's supposed to switch and start behaving as a different function right here at x equals -1. But it doesn't. It keeps doing the cubed root function. If you don't know what y equals, not cube root, sorry, cubed. If you don't know what y equals x cubed looks like, or if you don't know what y equals the square root of x is, go to desmos.com/calculator and then type in these, just type in x to the third to look at the graph, because that will be important for identifying the right graph. Right? Because if you do that, you'll see that x to the third, the graph should look like something like this. Comes from the bottom, then raises to the top, does a little wavy stuff. So this is not going to be the right answer over here, because when x is less than -1, so when x is -2, -3, -4, it should be doing the x to the third function. Look, this is what it should be doing at -1, -2, -3, -4. It should be below the x-axis. The blue line is above the x-axis on those values of x, so that's ruled out. So let's check out maybe, what else we got? This one down here. We said everything less than -1, so -2, -3, -4, -5, it should be doing that cube graph. And it is. It's working out, okay? And then it says when y equals -2, it says when x is between -1 and 4, we should be spitting out a straight line. It should be just constantly y equals -2. You can go to Desmos, like I said, and this graph is found by just plugging in -2 in Desmos, and you'll see it makes a straight line across y equals -2. So this one is a straight line across y equals -2, and it is between -1 and 4. So this is correct for this part of the piecewise function, but we ruled it out because it's got the cubed function wrong. So between -1 and 4 on the x-axis, this is making a straight line at y equals -2. So this is still looking good. This is between +1 and 4. It makes the straight line. The piecewise function says it's supposed to be between -1 and 4. So we can rule this one out. By process elimination, this is our last one. This is what it's got to be.